We have some massive changes coming to the WrestleMania 40 card as two superstars may be pulled from a championship match. Plus, Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer News reports that there is a new match, a Philadelphia street fight, that is going to be added to the card. We have details on all of that coming up on this episode of Wrestle Digest. But guys, first, before we get into the video, if you're enjoying these daily WWE news videos and you need another home to watch wrestling content, this is the spot to be because over 70% of you guys who are watching this are not subscribed, and we have daily content. So if you want that home for daily WWE and all wrestling content, hit that subscribe button now. KC, let's first get into a new WrestleMania match that has been revealed. Now, Dave Meltzer, as he always does, putting out his updates, and well, there was an interesting update coming on the heels of last Friday night SmackDown, and here's what he had to say. Quote, "The only match unannounced was made obvious Friday with the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley versus Karrion Kross and Authors of Pain. As of last week, it was booked to be billed as a Philadelphia street fight." Of course, Karrion Kross taking to Twitter, mocking Bobby Lashley. He's been waiting for him. He finally sees my vision, just like the others did, just like everyone will. It's not until you lose everything you begin to realize it's all just a giant cycle of tragic lies. Posting a video of Bobby Lashley, and as we know, KC, like Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, well, they were cost their match against Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, which we will be getting into later in this video, due to a distraction on the Jumbotron, Titantron. Karrion Kross and Scarlett beating up B-Fab and Bobby Lashley. What do you think about this? This is a feud that has been building for a long time, ever since Karrion Kross was brought back onto free TV, and I think it's a really, really nice feud, a nice match to add to this WrestleMania card, especially with that Philadelphia street fight stipulation.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with you. I mean, obviously, SmackDown kind of set this match up with them coming in, costing their Dawkins and Ford's chances at this six-pack tag
Yeah.
match. And now, they can have this Philadelphia street fight to battle it out here at WrestleMania. And I think, they always kind of do this type of gimmick match come WrestleMania with whatever city they're in. So a Philly street fight looks good to me. Maybe someone might get slapped with a cheesesteak. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, this brings me back to that pay-per-view, the Steel City Street Fight. We saw KO with Sami Zayn in those Pittsburgh Penguins jerseys. There's always something interesting. But I want to talk a little bit about this feud, because again, this has been building for a while. Kross has not seen a PLE action in, well, quite a long time. And Lashley, well, he was left off the WrestleMania card entirely last year. But I think this is something that a lot of people might have seen coming when we first saw Kross come back onto TV. It's something that we've kind of been waiting for. How good is it to see that Kross and Lashley are both going to get that PLE opportunity again? Lashley, of course, been on more PLEs as of late, but to see them both on that WrestleMania stage, like, I don't know if Lashley has too much to prove. I think Kross maybe at this stage has a little more to prove than Lashley, but to see them both get that shot, especially Lashley, so he's not left off the card again, I think it's just awesome for the both of them.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with you there. Like you said, they kind of gave Karrion Kross a time to kind of build his character and make the WWE fans care about Karrion Kross. And now, obviously, they built his character up enough. Him with the AOP now coming in and costing him the match has
Mhm.
really set this up and really built his heel character. And I think giving him an opportunity at WrestleMania is definitely a great idea. And like you said about Bobby Lashley, I mean, this guy has been a dominant competitor in the WWE for such a long time, and seeing him get snubbed on last year's card, it's kind of great to see him get back in here with a young tag team in the Street Profits, who are looking to try to make their way back up there again. When they were the tag team champions, they were on top of the world. Everybody loved them. The solo cups were flying, and after they lost, they kind of hit a big plummet, and now kind of seeing them under the wing of a veteran and a legend in Bobby Lashley, I
Mhm.
think is going to do them great as well.
It's amazing. Even watching that match against Waller and Theory, which again, we're going to talk about that in a second. Especially Ford. I mean, I'm a huge Montez Ford guy. I think his in-ring potential is off the charts. How smooth he is too is unbelievable. Not to mention he's one of the best high flyers in the industry. So, going to be awesome to see this match. I think it could be a lot of fun. I think there's a lot of potential to see some crazy stuff go down, especially with the Street Profits in that ring. But let's move on to, well, the match that where they cost another team the win, and that is their match against Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. And well, we have some interesting news about some repercussions from that match. I'm going to show that again. Of course, this is Waller and Theory celebrating after they win. Theory, of course, putting up the knees, a Montez Ford attempted splash, then quickly into the roll-up pin. Hey, is what it is. But take a look at what Dave Meltzer had to, well, I'll show this, what Dave Meltzer had to say about the match. By the way, even though Theory and Waller won, of course, punching their ticket to WrestleMania with that win, it's not necessarily that they're going to be in that match. They might be, but there is a meeting upcoming where they will make a decision on that. And I find this very interesting. I mean, when you look at this six-pack tag match, it's a ladder match. It's unbelievable, right? The talent in that ring. You got DIY, you got Bate and Pete Dunne. Like, there's just so much awesome stuff. To hear that Theory and Waller might get pulled from this match is quite interesting. Now, for me, I mean, just from an entertainment standpoint, I personally like the Street Profits more in ring, but I also understand Theory he has become such a good worker. I know he kind of, well, he didn't have the fans' hearts after that performance versus John Cena at last year's WrestleMania, but him and Waller have been building up great personas, and I still think they're very good in ring. But also, Ringside News reports that, well, they asked about the card lineup for this year's event, and they were able to confirm that both nights' lineups have been finalized. So, KC, the matchups are finalized. I'm going to have to ask you this because I'm honestly not sure what's going down here. Do you think that Waller and Theory could get pulled from this match? And if so, who replaces them? Is it going to be something like the Street Profits because something crazy happens from that event that we saw on Friday Night SmackDown? But now with that other match confirmed, I'm not even sure. This just seems like a little out of left field for me.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna bring out my inner Corey Graves here. I mean, they earned their spot to be in this match.
True.
They won the qualifier match. They should be able to wrestle and get a chance at being tag team champions because I really do like this tag team of Waller and Theory. Obviously, Grayson Waller effect has the Waller effect as a segment, which has been great in many pay-per-views and has caused some great moments. So he has built up a reputation of being a great superstar here in the WWE. And obviously, they've kind of been, finding the direction of Austin Theory. Obviously, once I'm going to say the forbidden name here, he was under Vince McMahon's wing, and he was kind of making him into the next big star in the WWE. So kind of putting these guys together, guys who have kind of been trying to find their footing within the industry, I think is definitely a great idea, and they should definitely compete in this match and make a name for themselves as a tag team.
Yeah, I don't see why not. Like, I think this is a good opportunity, especially on the grandest stage. Like, I know a lot of people just don't like Theory, maybe his character. His mic skills aren't that bad. I mean, like, the WWE still clearly trusts him, though. I mean, don't forget, they put him in a big segment with The Rock on his big return, right? And then they've been putting him with Waller, a guy who's a great talker, and Theory has gotten his opportunities. Now, of course, there was that match he had with Carmelo Hayes where there were some injuries, some botch there. But all in all, Theory is a fantastic superstar. Like, he is very talented in the ring. WWE probably still sees him as that, but he hasn't really been on the fans' good side. I think this is a chance to really put his face back on the map, get him back in the people's good books. But what do you guys think? Do you think that Theory and Waller could potentially be pulled from the WrestleMania card? This is a bit out of left field. We'd love to hear your thoughts on all of that down below. Plus, leave us your thoughts on the Kross versus Lashley, plus the other teams, of course, match coming up in a street fight. I think that could be one of the most underrated matches on the card. But that'll do it for this episode of Wrestle Digest. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel, guys. We got daily wrestling content here, so if you want another home for that, this is the spot to be. I've been your host, Josh Gosse, for my co-host, KC. We'll catch you in the next one.